So New York Congress has finally had enough with Andrew Cuomo's executive powers, and they've gotten rid of it. And I would like to say that this is making headlines everywhere, but okay, I'll just show you right now. CNN, their front page here. I've gone through it, and I did notice anything. Okay, there's Cuomo right there. Okay, and you have to scroll down quite a little bit. Oh, there he is again. Don't you think somebody who is quite possibly the most high-profile politician at the moment, so currently in office, Trump always comes out on top when we're talking about his sheer popularity, but somebody who's making all the headlines right now, shouldn't he be front page news? Well, okay, his brother is also employed by CNN, so that just could be the CNN thing, right? How about MSNBC? Okay, look up at the headlines. Okay, this is just how they go. Oh, there he is, right down there in the corner. Oh, okay. Maybe there's something else here because it's just the headline. Cuomo stripped of pandemic-related emergency powers by New York legislators amid scandal. What scandal is that? Okay, clickbaity headline, I understand. But if we go down, nope, nothing else. Okay. How about NBC? As you can see, this is why I don't think anything is really going to happen to Andrew Cuomo. I think he's going to be governor going into 2022. I think that he'll get a lower vote share, but I ultimately think he's going to end up being reelected as governor because something else is going to come along. Everybody will just forget this. And if the media would focus on the fact that he's killing old people, that has a lot more substance than just another, oh, old man was a little creepy to some people. Allegations may vary. Like I've stated before, if the only thing that they had on him were those allegations, I would totally be 100% on his side. Unless you have the evidence of something that was illegal, then we don't have a conversation to be had. There's no offense I take to an age gap. Who gives a shit if both people are of legal age and this is an act of consent, or rather an act between two consenting adults? I don't care. I really don't care. And if one of the parties had a little bit of regret the next day or felt uncomfortable about it after they convened with their cabal of idiotic friends, no, I don't care. That is not rape. That is not sexual assault. That's just a spiteful individual trying to go back and exact revenge for whatever such reasons. But no, that's not the singular case. And I do stand firm on that position because I never think that just merely allegations should lead to anybody losing anything. But killing grandma is a little bit of a bridge too far. I know, right? Tough stance. And the reason we have a CNN article up, mostly because I think that they do a great job. Lol. No, I also find the aging 6 that wrote this article to be highly attractive. I don't. I just want to show you why I don't think that mainstream public is going to give a fuck about Andrew Cuomo after this all blows over. After something else comes up in the news. Because the way that they have everybody trained is just little 20-second news hits every... Oh, look over here, look over here. Oh, fireworks in the background. Oh, look it. Somebody else has done something just as sleazy. Ooh, this will just have fodder for whoever the Republican challenger for the governor is in 18 months' time. But yeah, here's the normie response. And we're going to read it. And you're going to note how much is actually missing from this. That would be vital to give proper context as to why Cuomo is having his emergency powers repealed. The New York State Senate passed a bill to repeal Governor Andrew Cuomo's expanded emergency executive powers Friday. The vote split straight down party lines, with all 20 Republican senators saying the bill does not go far enough to curtail Cuomo's powers and voting against it. Here's what else they don't point out, at least not yet. The Democrat senators in New York State, surprise, surprise, have a veto-proof majority. So they wrote up this bill to just rescind his emergency powers. He can still go through both supermajorities in the House and in the state Senate and just do whatever he wants or issue executive orders, but he no longer has the emergency power he afforded himself. And the 20 Republicans that are in there were just kind of grandstanding, saying it doesn't go far enough. Well, in actuality, your votes don't matter. Today, under this new legislation, the governor will no longer be able to issue any new directives, period, said Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart Cousins. Just as a little helpful tip, never trust a woman who has a hyphenated last name. In light of recent events, however, it is clear that we need to move towards a system of increased oversight, review, and verification between the legislature and the executive branches, and also limit the powers granted by the governor. Why would you want to do that? Oh, okay, maybe she'll explain. The state assembly is still in session and is expected to pass the same bill later Friday. Oh, okay, so we won't go ahead and say it's because he killed grandma and he's been ruling like a tyrant and New York is facing a gigantic deficit because he keeps forcing people out of the state due to increased taxes and decreased freedoms. It will be sent to Cuomo's desk immediately after it passes through both houses, according to a legislative source. Democrats have a veto-proof majority. See how far down the article that is? People are more than likely done reading this by the time that they bring this up in the 6th paragraph. That's just how it works. Should Cuomo try to nix it? But the governor said Wednesday at a news conference that he supported the bill. Yes, I've had way too much free reign. Anything that you say right now. That was during a press conference in which he also apologized for making people feel bad, but still saying he didn't do anything inappropriate, and then at the same time not addressing anything going on with the scandal. But we'll get to that. The substantive scandal. Senator Mike Gianaris, who argued the bill as a sponsor on the floor Friday, said Cuomo had lied in the characterization of the bill in the news conference. I heard the governor's press conference, and to be clear, the governor lied. And as another helpful tip, whenever you hear somebody say it, and to be clear, or let me be clear, you know a line of shit is coming. There was no agreement between the House and the legislature and the governor on this bill. It may surprise my colleagues or not that the governor might tell a lie. But that's in fact what happened. Why would he agree to sign it? I can speculate. I can speculate that he doesn't want to be embarrassed by the fact that the legislature was repealing his emergency powers and is trying to pretend that he had something to do with it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I won't bore you with the rest of the article, but as you notice, they don't give any explanation as to why they're revoking any of his powers. The last line says, controversy over COVID-19 fatalities in New York's long-term care residents prompted increasing calls to repeal Cuomo's expanded executive powers from both sides of the aisle last month. Okay, does that get in-depth? No. It just gives you a link to go give them some more ad revenue at another page. They could have taken the time to say one of his aides came out and said that, yeah, they covered stuff up because they didn't want the federal government to use it against them. No, that wouldn't be able to link you to another article that they have there. And it's right at the bottom, okay? It's insulting. That should have been in there a few different times. They should have been telling you why they're repealing his powers and give you justification for that. But they just want to give you enough information so that you're dangerous, so that you can post on Facebook, oh, Cuomo had his powers revoked and that's good because he was using them badly. They won't tell you why, because they just want to give you a fish so that you're fed for the day, and then just come back tomorrow and we'll give you another fish. Never learn how to fish yourself, because that could lead to an insurrection. But another reason why I showed you everybody's homepage is because there's new news coming out. That would be that Andrew Cuomo's aides rewrote report to hide 2,800 nursing home deaths. So we had the accusation from the top aide that they covered up the numbers, and now they went back and rewrote reports. Why isn't this headline news? Why isn't this front page news? This article isn't very old, but it also has just about 2,000 comments on it from Breitbart. Breitbart pales in comparison to NBC, CNN. Fox didn't even have it on there. I could show you that for posterity's sake, but it reads exactly the same. It's more like Orange Man on the outside and Biden is weird. That's about it. That's all they care about right now. Oh, an Orange Man said bad thing about one of our top contributors. But if nobody else is going to talk about it, fuck it. I might as well. Governor Andrew Cuomo's aides rewrote a report from state health officials to hide 9,250 CCP virus deaths in nursing homes and long-term care facilities. That's a lot. That's a lot. The New York Times details a cover-up citing new documents and interviews with 6 people involved in the concealment of deaths. Cuomo, a Democrat, thank you, faced early criticism in his state for ordering nursing homes and taking patients who have tested positive for the coronavirus as elderly are among the most vulnerable to the virus. After reports surfaced in February that Cuomo was intentionally hiding the numbers, the governor's office explained he was withholding the truth to prevent then-President Donald Trump's administration from using the data to launch a potentially motivated attack. Cuomo blamed the toxic political environment and disinformation, yes, the stuff that you're perpetuating, for the revised numbers, but the Times states Cuomo began hiding the truth about the numbers long before the Justice Department began with their investigation in August. Yeah, he knew this was going to be bad from the outset after he realized that Everyone with white hair was starting to have curled toes to go along with it. The June numbers, ooh, that's a couple months before August, showed the actual death tolls in nursing homes was roughly 50% higher than the numbers ultimately cited by Cuomo's administration, according to the Times. The actual number of 9,250 nursing home deaths by June were much larger than the reported 6,432 nursing home deaths. Yes, a 40% increase, according to the Wall Street Journal. The governor's advisors stripped the number of nursing home residents who died after they were transferred to the hospital for the report, making the death tolls look better for Cuomo. More than 15,000 New Yorkers in nursing homes and long-term care facilities have died from the China virus since March 2020. This is bad. This is really bad. Rewriting reports, hiding them because you don't want to be accountable. But still, at the end of the day, what is everybody focusing on? Oh, he made a joke about sausage. Hey, oh. The next thing you know, he's going to be saying something about cannoli and it fucking spurts in your face. Hey, oh, wow, oh. Baby, like the sausage, how about the meatballs? Hey, oh, wow, oh. And at the end of the day, this is still the Democratic Justice Department who has launched the federal investigation into this. And we all know what their reports normally turn up. Nothing. So, don't get your hopes up, because I think something else will probably be coming along the horizon. Something that'll obfuscate from this despicable humanitarian crisis. A soft form of eugenics and Bill Gates' wet dream. Because the media will just have something new to latch onto. Kind of like how Arizona is joining in with a group of states to fucking kick the doors open. There's one state in here that's a little bit perplexing, because it's an overwhelming majority in the House, the Senate, and the governorship as a Democrat, and they've joined on to this. So it's going to be fun to see the media spin on this one. Arizona on Friday joined Texas, Mississippi, Connecticut, South Dakota, North Dakota, and other states in completely lifting its restrictions on businesses being open due to declining COVID positivity rates. I bet you Kay Ivey in Alabama is starting to feel like a bit of a goose right now. Arizona on Friday, yes. Restate headlines, fun. We withstood the calls from the extremes on both sides, and we will continue to ignore them, said Governor Deuce. Thank God his final act is governor, because that dude is term limited and also up in 2022. And even if he wasn't, he was going to get primaried as a motherfucker. Thank God his cucked behavior for the general election is not going to be his final act in office. It still smeared him from doing anything substantial in the future. He could probably be a senator a few cycles from now out of Arizona, which would be a vast improvement over Chairman Mark and the fucking Wynant. But he killed off his presidential aspirations, if he even had any, during his handling of the election. But that's neither here nor there. Credit where credit is due on this one. We always knew that fighting the virus would be dependent on the personal responsibility of everyday Arizonans. We've learned a lot over the past year. Our businesses have done an excellent job at responding to this pandemic in a safe and responsible way. We will always admire the sacrifice and their employees have made and their vigilance to protect against the virus. Arizona, along with 10 other states nationwide, has never had a state mask mandate. Hey, kudos. 5 more states are now ditching their mask mandate. Texas, as well as getting rid of their mask rule, is fully reopening along with Arizona. Quick rollout of the vaccine is also cited by Arizona and Texas as another reason why it's no longer appropriate to have any restrictions anymore. Well, it was never appropriate to begin with, but I'm happy we are reaching the point of people realizing their mistakes and just being like, yeah, we'll just take 2020 down as a mulligan and try this all over again. Meanwhile, you're still going to have your same cabal of screeching retards out there saying, just wear a mask. You can't come in my store. Fine, then just close down in 2 months when nobody starts showing up. Look forward to that data when it comes out as well. Oh, businesses that enforce mask mandates are doing a lot worse than their counterparts who value things like freedom and not enforcing Sharia law. Why did I want to end with this story? Well, that's what the media can harp on from now on. Okay? Look at all these irresponsible states. We still don't have the virus under control. What are you doing? You're gonna kill everybody. You're gonna kill grandma. That's for Newsom and Cuomo to do. If they were being honest about following the science, they would look at the declining hospitalization rates. They would start reporting things like death rates, survivability, hospitalization rates, like I just said. But no, they're just saying case totals because that's still the big scary number in the triple digits in most places. And then if you're in the millions and millions of citizens within the state, then you're into the big scary mid to aggressive 4 digits. Woo! But yeah, we're eventually going to reach herd immunity. And none of the science has come back, or none of the studies also have come back that the different types of strains that are out there are any more lethal or have any sort of different symptoms. It's just another scare tactic from the media because they want you to live in a constant state of fear and as little information as humanly possible. So I look forward to them screeching about these states in the near future and continuing to sweep all of the atrocities of Cuomo under the rug. I'm probably just bringing up that he stared at an ass once. Perhaps he was just fixing his hair in the mirror. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.